Hello all and welcome back to my channel. Today's day is special. I have got Anand Pandey, software development engineer at Flipkart today here. So Anand, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yep. Hi, Mustafizur. My name is Anand Pandey, and as Mustafizur mentioned, I currently work as an SD1 at Flipkart, and currently I'm working as a backend dev there. So I deal with all those techs like Java and all. And there, my work is primarily in the trust and safety team. So we prevent frauds from happening on Flipkart. And if I mention about my hobby, so in my free time, I like to watch cricket these days, IPL. Yep. So I graduated last year from NIT Delhi. I did my bachelor's of technology in computer science, and NIT Delhi, it's a very newly opened institute. It opened in 2010, and from 2010 I think it's been 13 years. It's growing at a very good pace. So but I was when I joined NIT Delhi, it wasn't, I mean, in that good position. It like the permanent campus was not there. I was in the temporary campus. So I went through a phase, but now I think it's pretty much in a very good position to be in the top institutes of Delhi.
Very nice to know that. And I know that you did your schooling from Kendriya Vidyalaya, and
Yep.
I too belong
Same.
to Kendriya Vidyalaya only. And
Yeah.
so yeah. Okay, how would you describe the life at IIT at NIT Delhi that you have spent on?
Okay. So, I was affected by COVID as my bachelor, like 2 years got affected because of COVID. So my first 1.5 year, I was there at college, and those were golden years. I used to play cricket. I was in the cricket team of institute. Went for the inter NIT sports and all of that. And in those years, I mean, those were initial years. I had a thought ki jitna pad liya, अब now I won't give this much time to study because 11th 12th was quite hectic. ऐसे सोच के आया था मैं कि I'll enjoy these years. So I did that. First 1.5 years was only enjoying. Post which, I mean, in March 2020, COVID happened, and उसके बाद everything was remote. So उसके बाद I think I focused more on कि career side पे क्या करना है. Started learning DS and all. And I think slowly उसके बाद intern वगैरह करके करके graduated in 2022. But I didn't go to college after that. I mean, my last semester was remote. I was doing intern, so I didn't go there. I just gave exams online and graduated.
Okay, so 2020 के बाद ऑलमोस्ट सब कुछ रिमोट था. So
Yep.
कॉलेज के गोल्डन 2 इयर्स तो चलो घर पे ही बीते.
हाँ, right.
अच्छा, एक बात पूछना चाहूंगा आपसे. आप प्राइम कॉलेज से हो, एनआईटी दिल्ली.
हम्म.
तो आपको क्या लगता है टायर 3 कॉलेज के अकॉर्डिंग आप लोग को क्या बेटर अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिलती है?
सो हाँ, दिस थिंग, आई मीन कि सिर्फ मेरे एनआईटी नहीं, और भी मतलब एनआईटी आईआईटी, तो जो भी प्रीमियम कॉलेजेस हो गए, आई थिंक दे गिव यू अ गारंटी टू फॉल बैक अपॉन. मतलब इफ यू नो दिस कि इफ इवन इफ यू डोंट डू वेरी, मतलब करियर साइड पे, इफ यू डोंट अचीव अ वेरी बिग थिंग, स्टिल बाय लुकिंग एट द प्लेसमेंट दैट देयर विल बी सम कंपनीज जो तुम्हें आके उठा ले जाएंगी ऐसे ही बस आपको देख के. इवन इफ, मतलब देखा आप एजुकेशन में ठीक ठीक हो, यू आर एन एवरेज स्टूडेंट ऑफ द कॉलेज, बिकॉज आपके कॉलेज का ब्रांड ऐसा ही है, उन्होंने प्रीवियस लोग हायर किए हैं, आपके एलुमनाइज वहां पे काम करें, सो दे विल हायर यू. सो यू नो दिस की मतलब यू कैन टेक बिग चांसेस कि यू नो कि इवन इफ आई डू नथिंग, आई फॉल बैक अपॉन दिस एंड आई गेट 5-6 lakhs और 8 lakhs तक की प्लेसमेंट आई कैन गेट इजिली. तो ये बहुत एश्योरेंस का काम करता है. यू कैन बी मेंटली फ्री टू डू अदर थिंग्स. बट एज अ टायर 3, आई थिंक ये डर हमेशा रहता है कि मतलब देयर कैन बी अ चांस वेयर यू विल गेट एब्सोल्युटली नथिंग. तो वो फियर हमेशा एक दिमाग में रहता है, विच आई थिंक प्रिवेंट्स स्टूडेंट्स फ्रॉम डूइंग न्यू थिंग्स और गोइंग, मतलब अपने मन की चीजें नहीं कर सकते. you'll have to be focused, you'll have to follow the path जिससे जॉब्स लगती हैं, जिससे मतलब कुछ प्रोडक्टिव ही निकलेगा. तो आई थिंक वहां पे कॉलेज लाइफ थोड़ा आपका, मतलब यू कैन नॉट have fun for 1 or 2 years. You'll have to start early and you'll have to push a bit harder as compared to tier 1 college.
या टायर 3 कॉलेजेस में एक डिसएडवांटेज जो मैंने खुद फेस किया है, दैट इज कि जॉब्स की अपॉर्चुनिटीज थोड़ी कम है. मेनली सर्विस बेस्ड कंपनीज ही आती हैं.
Right.
और आपने एकदम सही कहा, कुछ मेरे फ्रेंड्स थे जो जिनको जॉब ऑन कैंपस या फिर ऑफ कैंपस इनिशियल डेज में नहीं मिल पाई थी. So let's move on and let's talk about the internships you did while your college days. You did job in 2 companies, I guess. One is Optum, another is Techion. Would you
Yep.
please explain your experiences there?
Yeah, sure. So I did my first internship in third year with United Health Group Optum. So United Health Group की child branch is Optum, and इनका basically काम होता है to they provide health insurance and all to US clients. So I was a software engineer there, software engineer intern profile. And there, I mean, it was my first internship, lots of new things, never knew ki Scrum kya hota and all of that. So learning part was very good. And even matlab, I met awesome co-interns there. We're still friends. We matlab, hang out and all. And tech wise bhi, I think that was my first experience when I came to know ki how industry projects are built. I took a challenging one there. I blindly went for Golang. There is a language, Go language, which is developed by Google. So that was new in tech, and I knew absolutely nothing. So I had nothing to tell ki what I know, what I don't know, what I want, what I don't want. So I blindly went for whatever I found interesting. Ki it's cool. So I went for that. Paid a little bit price. It was harder to achieve. I mean, the people, those who were doing the same stuff in Python and Java were able to achieve results very faster. I was a little bit slow there. But yeah, the manager knew that the tech stack is challenging. In the team also didn't have much support. I mean, in terms of Golang, but वैसे they were very supportive. And in the final presentation and all, they gave good ratings, and I was happy that I got a PPO there. In my final semester, I did my second internship in eighth semester with Takeon. That was a little bit tricky because I had a 6 months intern offer from Flipkart also actually, but Flipkart wanted a NOC signed by college, so that my college didn't give. And Takeon one didn't want they didn't require you need I mean NOC signed from college, so I was allowed to go there. I was doing it remotely all along. There was a little bit hectic. I mean, it's a startup, so I was expecting कि pressure तो होगा, but मतलब expectation से थोड़ा ज़्यादा था वहाँ पे. Working hours थोड़े challenging थे. थोड़ा corporate culture, I mean, United Health Group में जैसे मैंने देखा था कि there is very structured things, employees leave पे जा रहे हैं, काफी procedural चीजें हैं, जैसे बना है you need to. Startups में usually ऐसा नहीं होता. मतलब आप देखोगे कि जो भी मतलब प्रोसीजर सेट्स किए हुए हैं या जो भी डेवलपमेंट साइकिल है, दैट कैन बी चैलेंज. उनको अगर प्रोडक्ट की अपनी लॉन्च जल्दी करना है, सो यू विल गेट अ पुश. पीआर रिव्यूज कभी सैटरडे हो सकते हैं if they don't get time on weekdays. And मतलब not even my team, I think most of the members, those who are still in Techion, will agree to this कि since the company is growing, you cannot expect कि सिर्फ weekdays में काम करके या सिर्फ मतलब 9 to 5 ऐसे करके you will be able to go through. So that was a little bit challenging.
Okay, so did you manage to get a PPO from Techion?
Yeah, there the offer was intern plus full time only. So there I was not intern, that was a full time. Basically, I left Techion. I didn't just do intern there.
So difference in the CTC of both, मतलब क्या था Techion और Optum में?
Yep, the CTC actually offered by Techion was more. They had a higher valuation of stocks. Base was definitely lesser, but the CTC I was getting at Techion was yeah, almost 1.4 times the one which is I am currently getting at Flipkart.
ओके ग्रेट. एंड आपके जो इंटरव्यूज लिए थे, तो वो इंटरव्यूज के लेवल को आप कैसे रेट करोगे? क्या क्या पूछा गया था इंटर्नशिप टाइम में एंड ऑल?
Okay, in Techion or in United Optum?
बोथ ऑफ देम.
Okay, Optum was I mean since we were in third year, I think interviewers को भी बताया जाता है कि these students are in third year. तो third year में आपको थोड़ा फील होगा कि final year से थोड़ा कम tough question पूछते हैं. You go through easy. उस time मतलब computer fundamentals were more asked, and programming wise, I think a binary search question in first interview, I think stack question in second interview. So I would rate easy to medium in third year. Final year one was a little bit trickier. At Techion, it was a little bit trickier since they asked medium to hard level, I mean, programming languages. You can expect DP sometimes, but yeah, medium to hard. Not too difficult, but if you think you are ready to give full-fledged interview, then only you'll be able to clear Techion.
Okay, great. And आपकी जो Optum वाली ऑफर थी, वो क्या ये ऑन कैंपस थी?
Yep, Optum वाली on campus थी. So that's another perk that I got from Tier 1.
Okay, yeah, that's great. That's great. Okay, then let's come to the point of journey till Flipkart. How it all started and how you made it there.
So after I did my intern, ये third year के end पे हुई थी. in the summer vacations. And uske baad, as you know, ki placement season starts. So before my placement season was starting, I knew, matlab, they told ki you have got a PPO. So I was relaxed there, but I wanted to see I wanted to see that if a company is giving you higher package than what Optum is offering, then I was eligible to sit for those. So in my internship also, I mean, थोड़ा extra hours में जाके काम करने के बाद, I was doing lead code and all stuff just to get in touch with your DSA, because at that time my project was challenging. I never knew that even if मतलब एकदम अनश्योरिटी थी कि विल दे गिव मी अ पीपीओ, और मतलब ऐसे ही हो जाएगा, ब्लैंक हो जाएगा. सो वहां पे थोड़ा ये होता है, अगर ब्लैंक हो गया, यू मतलब यू गेव एवरीथिंग टू द कंपनी एंड कंपनी डिडंट गिव यू अ फुल टाइम ऑफर, देन यू विल बी ब्लैंक इवन इन द प्लेसमेंट सेशन. सो दैट फियर आई हैड, सो आई वाज पुटिंग एक्स्ट्रा आवर्स आफ्टर वर्क कि डीएसए करना है. तो आई थिंक 15th ऑफ अगस्त को आई एंडेड माई इंटर्नशिप, एंड 22nd को वॉज आई मीन टेक्योन का इंटरव्यू. सो उसके बाद टेक्योन, आई मतलब 2 दिन में रिजल्ट्स वर आउट, आई न्यू कि आई हैड अ जॉब. उसके बाद आई वॉज मतलब फ्री थ्रू आउट द प्रोसेस. तो फ्लिपकार्ट वाला, मतलब उसी टाइम दे वर गोइंग ऑफ कैंपस. मतलब मैंने बस देखा था कि एक ग्रेड करके प्रोग्राम है, आई हैड रजिस्टर्ड फॉर दैट. एंड उसका प्रोसेस मतलब ऑनलाइन एक क्विज था, दैट आई गेव इन अगस्त इटसेल्फ. एंड उसके बाद कोई मतलब ऐसा वो नहीं था कि दे विल कम बैक विद द मतलब रिजल्ट्स एंड ऑल. बट वो रिजल्ट्स अगस्त के बाद में आए. एंड मतलब जो एज ए टीम हमने रजिस्टर किया था, इट्स अ हैकाथॉन ग्रेड का उनका ऑफ कैंपस का प्रोसेस होता है. सो देयर वी सॉ कि ठीक है, फर्स्ट राउंड क्लियर हो गया. तो फर्स्ट राउंड में इतने सीरियस नहीं थे, बट जब फर्स्ट राउंड के बाद देखा कि ग्रेजुअली नंबर काफी डिक्रीज हो गया एंड अब प्रोजेक्ट वगैरह बनाना है, तो थोड़े वी स्टार्टेड टेकिंग थिंग्स मतलब सीरियसली, बिकॉज ऑल थ्री ऑफ अस हैड जॉब्स एंड वी हैड नथिंग टू डू. सो थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट भी उस टाइम पे आ गया था कि लेट्स मेक अ प्रोजेक्ट एंड ऑल. एंड कॉलेज साइड से भी आई थिंक व्हेन प्लेसमेंट सीजन स्टार्ट्स, दे डोंट गिव यू दैट मच पुश ऑन एकेडमिक्स. सो वहाँ से थोड़ा मतलब वी स्टार्टेड इन्वेस्टिंग टाइम इन हैकाथन एंड ऑल. एंड इवेंचुअली फिर राउंड 2 3 4, देन we went for the finals but couldn't win the finals, but at the end they scheduled interviews for people those who were in final. And फिर उसके बाद इंटरव्यू स्केड्यूल हुआ, देन पता चल गया था, मतलब 10 days बिफोर आई थिंक वी वर टोल्ड कि तुम्हारे इंटरव्यू स्केड्यूल हो जाएंगे. तो वो 10 दिन में आई मीन वापस डीएसए रिकवर कर करके फिर इवेंचुअली आई क्लियर्ड दोज इंटरव्यूज इन जैन, इन दिसंबर एंड जैन स्टार्ट.
ओके ग्रेट. सो ये पूरा ही अलग प्रोसेस है. एक
हाँ,
हैकाथॉन में रजिस्टर करते हो और फिर यू मेड इट टू द फाइनल्स एंड
या
पोस्ट दैट यू गेट द इंटरव्यू कॉल्स.
या
एंड अगेन हाउ द इंटरव्यूज वेर फॉर फ्लिपकार्ट? फुल्ली डीएसए बेस्ड?
yep even uh, abhi I used to matlab I gave the interviews and now I'm in the interview panel of Flipkart. Even I ask now DSA problems, so that I still take it as an achievement कि 1 year back I was in the struggling phase. Now I mean, yeah, at Flipkart matlab we clearly take DSA based interviews on computer science for them.
एंड किसी को प्रिपेयर करना है फ्लिपकार्ट के लिए, तो कौन से लेवल के लीड कोड प्रॉब्लम्स या फिर किसी भी प्लेटफॉर्म के प्रॉब्लम्स वो करे, क्या सजेस्ट करोगे?
So for a full-time hire, we generally say that a tough medium or a easy hard would be your key to go. I mean, this much DSA you should know. And fundamentally, you should be strong. Even if you are not very syntax-wise, very like a champ in knowledge, still you should have a very strong, thing of algorithms. Like syntax-wise, you can still go ahead if you are not expected to write exactly similar and running code, but the interviewer should be satisfied with your logic, time complexity and all of that stuff. If you are fundamentally very sound, if you know the algos and how they work, I think cracking Flipkart is not a very tough job.
Okay, great. And right now you have spent a lot of time at Flipkart, I guess.
Yep.
And how would you rate that company?
Yeah, so I think most peaceful thing about my journey after I came to Bangalore was my job only. Remaining things were not very stable. So Flipkart, I think culture wise is a very nice company, right? Even if you look these years that there are layoffs happening everywhere. So that is not the case with Flipkart. And I think there would be very, very less companies, those who have still given the junior employees like increment this year in double figures. Flipkart is one of those. So if you know, there actually it is because of they have hired in limit. So there is no over hiring. You'll see that in even in previous years, you'll see lots and lots of people going for Amazon and clearing this. But
Yes.
Flipkart is relatively, I mean, choosy in this. So maybe that's a reason that we don't overhire. So there is no need of firing people and all. And culture wise, I think people are generally very supportive there. Even if you randomly meet someone to ask anything about what he's doing or if you need help, you generally get that.
ओके, नाइस टू नो. एंड एज कंपेयर टू टेक ऑन, आप फ्लिपकार्ट को क्या बोलोगे? बहुत काम करना पड़ता है या फिर नहीं करना पड़ता?
तो वहां से तो ऑफ कोर्स कम है, बट ये भी बोलूंगा मतलब बहुत कम नहीं है, बिकॉज इट्स स्टिल स्टार्टअप बेस्ड, यू नो. एंड आई थिंक इन योर अर्ली करियर इट्स बेटर टू नॉट एकदम गो इनटू योर शेल एंड नॉट डू एनीथिंग. सो आई थिंक फॉर दैट पर्सपेक्टिव इट्स एक्सीलेंट. मतलब सम डेज यू विल फील द पुश and you'll be, you know, you'll be working late, but then you know that these are just some days only and it's good for your learning to push for some days. ऐसा नहीं है कि every and each and every time you'll be post paying at nights and all of that. So आता है, I mean, when big billion days, before big billion days, you will not see Flipkart employees chilling. So उस टाइम पे आता है ईयर पे थोड़ा, बट फिर people take it as a challenge rather than a responsibility या a pressure, because they know कि ये हमारा साल का इवेंट है, we need to deliver here. तो वो दैट इज आई थिंक अ पर्क कि यू टेक इट एज अ चैलेंज एंड देन you know show yourself rather than take your it was like a responsibility and pressure throughout the year. So that is different.
ग्रेट टू नो दैट इवन बिग बिलियन डे जो सेल होता है वो क्वाइट अ बिट रियली बहुत बड़ा इवेंट होता है.
या मतलब वहां पे दे मतलब शोकेस दिस ऑन अ टेलीविजन that shows the metrics of the मतलब QPS ki how many people are currently live on the channel, on the website. So that is like very thrilling thing. Everybody sits at night and when clock strikes 12 and then you sit and see ki, oh my god, ye to it's going above, it's going above, it's going. People actually bet on this ki this year we'll experience this much traffic and all of that. So fun, it's really fun.
या एंड होपफुली आने वाले दिनों में ये और भी बढ़ने वाला है. लोगों का क्रेज ऑन ई कॉमर्स काइंड ऑफ बाइंग एंड सेलिंग, राइट? एंड ओके फाइन. तो आप इंटरव्यू पैनल में हो और मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ कि आप क्या एडवाइस दोगे कमिंग फ्रेशर्स एंड आपके लेवल के वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल्स को राइट नाउ इन द टाइम ऑफ रिसेशन?
Okay, so for the recession time, I think hiring तो हर जगह close हुई है. Not if we not even talk specific to Flipkart, even for other companies, every company has you know restricted its hiring to somewhat extent. मतलब same numbers पे तो कोई भी company hire नहीं करी. So I think in this time, even if you मतलब for graduating students, even if you don't get a very placement in a very big tech company, but you aim to go in a big tech company eventually. So I think it's better to, you know, join a startup or a smaller company, learn things, because there is a very much gap between what college teaches you and what is expected from you in a company to deliver. So learn those things from some other company and then try to switch in 1.5 year or 2 year to a bigger one. Because opportunity will come sooner or later, but there is no reason of sitting and crying for these many years and not taking any job and wasting these 2 years. It's better to learn those and then later on switch for a better one.
ग्रेट ग्रेट. एंड अनदर थिंग इज दैट सपोज आप जब इंटरव्यू लेते हो तो जरूर कैंडिडेट की सीवी आपके पास होती होगी, राइट? तो आप उसमें क्या ऑब्जर्व करते हो?
Yeah, so मतलब apart from whether he's strong in DSA or not, there are other things also, right? Which we check whether he should be, I mean, whether he can become an asset for the company or not. Things like he should be curious for the technology, right? If he's a developer, let's say there are two types of people: those who have done only DSA, they'll crack interviews perfectly fine, but when the actual job comes, it'll seem as a boring task, because that's not something that you'll do in 30 minutes, 35 minutes. It's not like that. That's a project. It will last for 3-4 months. You'll get bored, and a time will come when your productivity will decrease. So a person should be kind of a self-motivated person who, you know, who is curious actually about tech, how are things happening, and he's happy to implement stuff for the peer, for larger amount of people to use. ऐसे काइंड ऑफ थिंकिंग, थोड़ा क्यूरियस हो, थोड़ा ऐसा हो कि मतलब even if he has not built many projects, but still he has curiosity to ask if somebody has built what all he has used, कैसे होता है and all of that. Primarily तो I think talent वहीं पे दिखता है कि मतलब थोड़ा you get a hint. later on, if he puts effort, he can create his curiosity into, tech skills, and then he can deliver for the company.
Yeah, and again, very nice to know these things. And what are your future goals?
Future goals as in, I mean, मेरे लिए भी the gap was very large. I mean, जब मैं college से इधर आया, I knew कि there is a very large gap to fill. I'm still filling that gap. I think even in as a classic, if you look at a tech stack of a classic backend engineer, I think the gap is increasing day by day.
Yeah,
Tech coming along, and for if I mention something about Flipkart specific, people are very open to use this open source tech. So these things are not going to, reduce in numbers and all. So I think I am happy with the tech role as of now. So I would be interested in, growing in this tech role as a senior engineer with a lot of knowledge, such that, एक टर्म है कि इसको चीजें मतलब ऐसे चीज चलती है तो इसको प्रोग्राम दिखता है कि what all is going through. So उस
yeah,
स्टेज पे पहुंचना, आई थिंक वहां पे you get your value for money. मतलब people pay you for your expertise rather than the value hours you spend on work. So I think उस position पे पहुंचना would be my aim for now.
great aim, and ऐसा होना ही चाहिए. मतलब most of the techie who aspire to be that.
Yeah.
Fine, it was nice to interact with you, Anand, and thanks a lot for coming to my channel. And all of you who are watching this video, if you liked it, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks to all of you, and thanks Anand a lot again.
Okay. Thank you, Mustafa.